Here on my desk we have the Nextbit Robin. While this phone is not near as popular as the iPhone or Samsung, it is definitely unique. The main selling point behind the Robin is that instead of having a ton of internal storage on the phone, it just backs up everything to the cloud. My first issue with that is that you'll most likely need a pretty constant data connection if you use a lot of apps. And secondly, all the cloud really is just someone else's computer. But it is an interesting business model. The phone is very lightweight and surprisingly bigger than I anticipated. It is pretty much the same size as my Galaxy S7 Edge. I do durability tests on phones. I've tested over 25 phones now and most of them survive my tests. Only 3 so far have catastrophically failed. Let's start the scratch test. The Nextbit Robin has Gorilla Glass 4. These pics will tell me where the screen falls on most scale of hardness. No surprise that the screen starts to scratch at a level 6. This is definitely the norm for smartphones these days, especially with Gorilla Glass. Unless it has a plastic screen like the Droid Turbo 2 and the Galaxy S7 Active. The 5 megapixel front-facing camera sits flush with the blue top, and it is made of glass, along with its black circular counterpart on the left. The flush lens design can be dangerous for glass, but at least it won't scratch easy, like some plastic lenses we find on the BlackBerry Priv. The blue top and blue bottom pieces are made of pure plastic. The rear 13 megapixel camera lens is also made of glass, and the dual tone diffuser is made of plastic. Both of these also sit very flush with the plastic housing. But the lens will still not scratch easy with use, and that's the important part. The main portion of the back panel is also made of plastic. Give me a thumbs up if you're glad this is my phone and not yours. If we move along to the volume buttons, we see that they are plastic as well, along with the power button / fingerprint scanner and the SIM card tray. This phone does not have an SD card slot because of that whole cloud thing they got going on. Now for the burn test on this 5.2-inch IPS LCD display. This phone lasted 11 seconds with the flame directly applied to the screen, then the pixels turned off. But as the phone cooled down, the pixels recovered, turned back on, and were fully functional again. Not every phone recovers. The Galaxy S7 Edge that you saw previously in this video has a permanent burn mark on the screen after the flame test. The phone screen is cool to the touch within seconds. Remember that I have tested over 25 phones now and only 3 have catastrophically failed. Let's move on to the bin test. This Robin did not make it very far from the nest. Even budget phones normally survive this bin test. Let's open up the Nextbit Robin and analyze this build quality. The problem with the Nexus 6P was that there was plastic integrated into a metal with very weak dovetail joints. The problem seems to be with the Nextbit Robin that there is no metal at all inside of the phone. The entire thing is pure plastic. Even the motherboard is screwed into the plastic. I imagine this cut down on manufacturing costs by an astronomical amount, but it does leave the phone very weak. Plastic is nothing compared to metal. Minor bends won't matter very much. Plastic is relatively flexible and resilient, but make sure to keep your phone out of any extreme situations because this phone is not likely to survive. Don't get me wrong, this does not mean it's a bad phone at all. There are many variables to pick from when buying a phone. Durability is just one. Just make sure you don't put it in your back pocket, especially if you're American. I have ordered the OnePlus 3, that'll be here very soon. Make sure you're subscribed so you're first to know if the build quality of that phone is as good as the other OnePlus phones I've tested. Now if you'll excuse me, I have some glass to clean up. I'll just put the Robin on my shelf of shame next to my Nexus 6P, the Mi 5, and the HTC M9. Behind the scenes can always be found on my Twitter and Instagram. Thanks a ton for watching. Hope to see you around.